Hello, this is Clean Coach Carly. I'm the staff nutritionist at Healthy Habits Living, and I'm telling you about one of my favorite supplements that has so many uses, and these are systemic uses. Now, I'm talking about Boluoke. It's a patented form of the lumbrokinase enzyme. I have done many videos and many blogs about this particular formula because I used it myself when I had a sheath clot from my clavicle all the way down to my elbow that was not resolving. You can see that in another video. But today I'm talking about using Boluoke for Alzheimer's disease or brain health. So first of all, what is Boluoke? It is a patented form of the lumbrokinase enzyme. What is lumbrokinase? It is an enzyme that is extracted from earthworms. It's been used for centuries, dated back to the Chinese Ming Dynasty, where they were making earthworm tea for all sorts of circulatory problems. So in the 1980s, a researcher isolated the particular sub-enzyme of a lumbrokinase stew, so a bunch of different lumbrokinase enzymes and sub-enzymes. They isolated the one that seemed to work the best at dissolving fibrin or acting as a fibrinolytic. So since the 1980s, this has been studied in Asian countries, specifically Japan, for all sorts of circulatory problems. Most often we think about using it for blood clots or blood pressure, but it can be used for many things, as I've blogged about in the past. And today, talking about Alzheimer's disease. Now, how could we use it for Alzheimer's disease? Well, Alzheimer's disease is a vascular brain disease. We know that Alzheimer's, one of the hallmark issues, is amyloid plaques within the brain. Well, how do those plaques form? Your blood has to be sticky in order to form fibrin and fibrinogen, clots or plaques within your brain. So if we think about how can we prevent that, we know that we want our blood to be flowing freely. And one of those ways is to keep our fibrinogen low, because we're always going to have fibrin in our blood. But if we have fibrinogen, that's when it is clumping together. So we want to keep our fibrinogen low. How do we do that? Well, one great way and proven way is to take a systemic enzyme, which there are many, serrapeptidase, nattokinase, lumbrokinase. And so the way that I recommend is taking Boluoke because it is that patented isolated lumbrokinase enzyme that we know through studies is the specific lumbrokinase enzyme that deletes or dissolves our fibrinogen. We also know that it works better than serrapeptidase and nattokinase, up to 300 times better. You can read about that in another blog that I've written. So some other uses of lumbrokinase or Boluoke that I've written about lately are using it for liver health, specifically hepatic health, so blood flow in the liver, or even hepatitis, which is a disease state of the liver. I've also seen studies for using Boluoke or lumbrokinase enzymes for scar tissue. So there was a study using rats where they tested how much scar tissue was formed after surgery in rats versus how much was formed when the rats were given lumbrokinase. Of course, we can use this Boluoke for blood clots, for dissolving fibrinogen, which is how we get blood clots. And then now there is new studies and more evidence that we can use it preventively for preventing vascular diseases within the brain, like Alzheimer's, but we can also use it once those plaques are there to dissolve some of the plaquing that is there, which is causing the symptoms of Alzheimer's. So keeping your blood flowing in general is a big task. I mean, our bodies are designed to do that, but if you have a breakdown in the system, using an enzyme, a systemic enzyme, is going to help in many ways. I've written a blog in the past about recommended dosing and timing, so you can refer to that. But this is just new and exciting research that we can use lumbrokinase in the form of Boluoke supplements to either prevent or possibly reduce some of the symptoms of brain disorders like Alzheimer's disease. So Boluoke fits into a class of enzymes that we call fibrinolytics or that we call systemic enzymes. So if you're familiar with those two terms, lumbrokinase fits into that category, and Boluoke is the patented formula that is the highest quality of that particular enzyme. So here at Healthy Habits Living, we're always here to help you get healthy so that you can stay healthy and be healthy.